Hi, my name is Ashley Owens. I am from Chicago, Illinois. I am here to answer the two questions. The first question was, do I think we have a youth crisis? Absolutely. We have a youth crisis at every angle of the problem. There's so many angles that society is attacking the youth globally, in every race globally, it's ridiculous, it's shameful, and it's crazy. It's definitely a warfare going on against them, whether it's their food, whether it's their attention span, whether it's their connection with other human beings, emotionally, just every front. These young people are getting attacked on. I believe that it's done intentionally, and I understand that also the children that are being birthed now, not to say that the other generations before were not, but these children are very highly intelligent, and they're giving them lesser and lesser venues to vent from or express themselves. They're a very eclectic group, but if you take an individual that is highly intelligent, intellectual, and all they have is idle time, there's nothing, no socialism skills, no, it's too much of a desire to be individuals, in a sense that they're forgetting to connect with other people that help mold them into who they are. The human connection. Technology has been a bittersweet gift, but it's giving too much information in real time to a generation that doesn't, one, care to learn or want to learn the history of things. And if they do, they don't have the proper venues, or they haven't been taught the proper ways in a productive type of setting to express themselves and how they're feeling and what they're feeling. And that can be dangerous. That can be very dangerous, to the point where it could give them personalities, or just have a desire of just me, and that it's solely just about them in the world and not anybody else collectively. And that's what we're dealing with at this time. That's the crisis. The second part of this project that my friend was doing is the second question. What is your resolve? My resolve is homeschool your children. Homeschool your children, and let them get a well-rounded education of the world at large and socialize. There's a lot of things that we should have been taught in high school as a collective group of the human race that we're not getting taught about. And you can see the gap between, the generations, or even between each other, as we continue to go on and things, become rediscovered and whatnot. It's just, there's a lack of necessary education, and a lack of truth in education, and a lack of why. I think a lot of times we forget to ask why we're allowing or learning what we're learning. Why? What is the end game? And if you don't know that, then you're just becoming something that is remembering a mechanism or a strategy to pass and get a grade. That's what I did. I don't remember anything that was a value to me, that really sat in my soul when I was in high school or in college. I know now that I'm an adult and I'm able to go out there and venture and learn for myself. So schooling is the first thing. Making sure that your children understand that who they share their space with, what they do in that space, is dire. You don't have to wait until you get old to be wise. You don't. Other important thing, I believe, besides schooling, is if you don't know who you are If you're not comfortable with who you are, if you're not comfortable with the truth of things, you should not be having kids. Uh, I know people, there are a lot of people that do not understand the full capacity of what it means to be a parent. That's such a loaded position. You're doing so much. And if you are a selfish person, which there is no negativity behind that statement, you can be selfish with your time. But understand and know who you are and what you're capable of. Because when you bring children to this world and both people are not vested, you're allowing or you're creating a situation that could be very detrimental, not just to those individuals that are raising the child, not just to the child, but to the community and that race of people as a whole. The more equipped you are, and I know a lot of people say, oh, you can't ever prepare for a child. You can prepare knowing who you are. Before you even have sex, you should really know who you are. You know what I'm saying? So to tell me that you can't prepare to be a parent is just a bunch of malarkey. You should know who you are. You should be able to offer something and put something on the table for this child to take from you and carry on into the world as knowledge and as wisdom. It's no longer just a solo show anymore. And a lot of people that I know, they didn't understand that until like it was too late and the child was here. How dare you make somebody a mistake? How dare people have oops childs or call them oops babies, or you weren't meant to be here, or have love children as you just had a child because you love this person. How dare you bring, and gamble the possibility of this child, having to go through neglect because you're not 101% there because you wasn't ready for a child to begin with. So I know a lot of kids that have mommy issues and daddy issues, and that starts first with understanding who you are and understanding who you are as people and being comfortable with that. You have to be comfortable with yourself first. Like, that makes a lot of sense mathematically, scientifically, but it just goes over people's heads. So that's my resolve.